This is a sack. Looks pretty boring, right? But what if I told you could make over 1 billion coins in as little as 5 hours? Now I know you probably don't believe me, so let me prove it. Surely something this overpowered would be patched or exposed by now, right? Well, no. But to really understand how people are printing billions of coins, we have to go back to the 22nd of February 2024. The admin pushed a small update, just some bug fixes on the surface, but hidden in there was something much bigger, Supercraft. It made crafting way faster and easier, and naturally, that meant more items flooding the market. Prices started to dip, and pretty quickly, people began to think flipping wasn't so good anymore. But isn't that unfair given that everyone is using Supercraft, nuking every single item's profit down to nothing? Well, yeah. I mean, surely you've seen those videos that are like,
this is how to make 10 bajillion coins per hour, AFK, 2 steps, overpowered money making method not patched 2025.
but it's just clickbait. And that's where it probably ends. If only there were a guy with over 1,000 hours in the bazaar who hyper-optimizes everything he does. Oh wait, that's me. So of course, I set out to hyper-optimize it.
But first, we need to figure out how Supercraft works. Basically, all you have to do is search up recipe, and then you'll get this. Say I want to craft no ovoids. I'll have whatever I want to craft in my inventory. I click it, craft, bam. If I want to craft more than that, I'd have to have sacks. So I have all of this obsidian, and I have all of these null spheres. Do the same thing, recipe, no ovoid. Now I can craft, say 64.
So now you know the basics, let's flip null voids for 30 minutes. And time's up. As you can see, I wasn't able to sell everything. I still have some null spheres and no ovoids, so let's do the calculation and see how much I made. Yeah, bro, I am not yapping. Yay, money! How did I do that, you may ask? Well, we used to flip like this, and it was dookie! But now we have Supercraft. No doubt you can craft a lot, but with the 3 main techniques I'm about to show you, you can craft faster and lazier. And you'll get why I say lazier later. The first one is how to unfill large orders. Now it's quite simple. Say I have an order of like 70,000 enchanted obsidian. Now you used to have to manually put it in your sacks, which would take like 30 plus trips, but now it's a simple 3-step process. First, flip your offer above the lowest sell offer. Note that the offer has to be fully filled. Step 2, cancel the offer. What the game will try to do is put the items in your inventory. Once it notices it won't fit in your inventory, it'll put the rest in your pickup stash. Finally, step 3, run this command, then click put in sacks and you're done. That makes it a lot easier, but you need to stay competitive, especially when you're placing big offers. During peak hours, people who do a lot of grinding will insta-sell their items typically between 1 to 4 PM EST. So how do you stay competitive? You use cheats. Just kidding. Use mods. The main ones are Bazaar Notifier, Skyhanny, and not enough updates. Now what Skyhanny does is when you cancel an order, it leaves a message in the chat, which you can then click on and it'll copy and paste the amount that didn't fill from the previous order. It'll also take you to that item in the bazaar. This will probably make flipping super competitive, so don't come back to me crying, actually do, I need the engagement. To do this, run the command Skyhanny, then make your way down to the inventory tab and click bazaar, and bam, it's right there. I recommend having all these enabled because they are genuinely so useful. The next mod is Bazaar Notifier, and it sends you a message in chat when you're outbidded or your order is matched. It also tracks profit. One thing I gotta say is that these solo devs on something, bro. You can get their mods, most of them at least, on GitHub. Editor joke here, I just realized that 1.2, 1.5 exists, so use Bazaar Utils because it's basically the same. And for the third and final mod is not enough updates. It lets you have buttons next to the bazaar. For example, if I cancel an order, I can just press the button, I'll be at stash. Then I can craft, go back to the bazaar without ever leaving the menu. Editor Hidoki here, again, firm replaces it for updated versions like 1.1 or whatever it is, so just use that. And for the final tip, what I strongly recommend doing is setting up offers and then going to bed so the offers fill overnight. This will come into play later. Well, now you know the strategy now, and you're probably thinking, what are the best items to craft?
Yeah, buddy!
Well, yeah, they are good. I recommend Slayer items in particular due to their insane demand and the amount of lazy people who don't want to craft stuff. Now, no ovoids aren't the best thing to flip. It is actually, drumroll please. Before we continue, I'd like to humbly request that you get a glass of water, like, subscribe, and join the Discord, because it's about to get real. It is Molten Powder. Now on the surface, it seems kind of cheeks because the recipe is simple, Now on the surface it looks great. 40k profit, simple craft, and that's it. But if you look closer, you'll notice, and no one is selling amalgamated crimsonite, and insta buying it loses you money? Well, that's not the point, bruv. Well, that's the surface. The real way to make profit is by crafting literally everything. Now, it's a pain to keep track of everything to see if it's profitable or not. Until today's sponsor, Cametolose. He humbly made a bot to run the calculations, which you can find on my Discord server. Go support him or something. His stuff is on GitHub. The link will be in the description. So here's how you use the bot. You can go to my Discord server. You just select it. You can do amount or budget. I'm going to do budget. I'm going to do 500 million coins. I'm going to set up the offers and I'll come back in the morning and I'll show you guys how to do it. And I'll go ahead and put the extra money in the bank. It is the morning. It seems like most of it, for the most part, filled. At least for the amalgamated crimsonite. So, stuff that didn't fill, I'm going to re-put it up and I'll be right back. I know at this point in the video, you're probably incredibly bored. So I'll go ahead and help you out and put some Subway Surfers on the right so you can enjoy your viewing experience. I would also like to ask once more that you can subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed procrastinating it. This is incredibly important. When you're crafting amalgamated crimsonite, do not use the first recipe, use the second one, because it makes it a lot cheaper to craft it. So I'm back and I'm checking again, and I didn't cancel that offer. So, yeah. But I think I have enough Derelict Ash now, so I'll be back when I craft it. Okay, finally, we have everything. We can craft the Molten Powder. I never thought this day would come. But the main takeaway I want you to take away from this video is that even when Molten Powder is going to be dookie because of the thousands of people doing it, there's probably other things you can use Supercraft with. Also, if you craft the Molten Powder into talismans and artifacts, you can make a lot more. So if you're wanting to go the extra mile and you get some more coins, you can do that. So thank you for watching. Massive shout out to anyone who listened to me talk about this for like the 6 months this has been in the works for. Please like, subscribe, and join the Discord, and flip you later. Oh heck no, bro, that is so dumb.